Howdy. My name's Dusty Davis, and I'm our Creekside campus pastor. And I am so excited that you are taking steps down the journey to become an intentional disciple maker. The times in my life where I've experienced the most growth and development, it's been because of people intentionally investing in my life. People stepping in and challenging me in the way that I think and the way that I act and pushing me to grow closer to Jesus. So whether it's been in groups of 3 to 5 or one-on-one, it's been those moments of discipleship that have really helped me become who I am today. But the thing about disciple making is that it's kind of a big topic, and it can be hard to know where to start or what to do. Well, that's exactly why we've created these tools. I encourage you to check out the videos, to read through our guide, and definitely print out this quick start sheet, because it will help put you in the ballpark and give you small steps that you can take to continue down the disciple-making process. Many of the people I've talked to who are bought in, who say, I know that making disciples is in the Bible, and I've seen the impact in my life or in my friends' lives, but who do I do it with? That's often the first question. And some people go, I have no idea. There is no one that I know of. Or I've got a line out the door of people asking me to disciple them, and how do I choose? Well, that's what step 1, inviting wisely, is all about. The first thing that I would encourage you to consider is who is already active in your regular rhythms of life? Who lives where you live, whether that's in a neighborhood or in a dorm or an apartment complex? Next, if you're a student, who is where you learn? Who's in your classes or in some of your organizations that you see on a regular basis? If you have a job, who is where you work? Either in the physical building or relationships that you have because of the work that you do. And then lastly, who is where you play? What teams are you on, or what hobbies do you have where you may already have some relationships or could easily form some relationships around those shared interests? Once you've thought through those people, the next question is, where are they in their spiritual journey? And so I would encourage you to just ask them, hey, tell me a little bit about your spiritual journey, or what do you think about God? And that'll kind of accomplish 2 things. You'll get to have a spiritual conversation with them to see how it goes, and you'll figure out where they are in their walk with Jesus. Are they still not quite a believer, but they're interested in learning more? Or are they a new believer who needs to be grounded and founded in the foundation or the principles of their faith? Maybe they're a little more mature, and so they need to be taught more about the tools of how to feed themselves or how to pass their faith on to others. Next, you need to think about, what will our times together be like? And we think there's some key characteristics that you can think through in that area. And they come in the acronym FAITH. The F is faithful. When time gets hard or when difficult things are revealed in their life, will they continue to show up and to talk through these? The A is available. Many people have the best intentions, but if the time is just not there, it's not going to work out. The I is initiative. Will you have to pull them and drag them along in the process? Or will they be engaged with your time together and with the material? Will they show up having thought through it and with good questions? Will they implement the things you talk about outside of your times together? And then the T is teachable. Do they recognize the scripture as truth, as a place worthy of going through and mining out how we should think and act in our lives? Do they recognize the scripture as an authority worth applying to the things that they're walking through? And then the H is humility. Do they kind of already think they have it all together and there's not much they need to change in their life? Or do they have open hands, and are they pliable to changes and transformation that God may be wanting to do in their life? And then lastly, I would say, bathe all of this in prayer. Whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the end, always be asking God, where are you leading? What are you doing in our lives? The prayer aspect played a big part in my life just out of college. You see, I worked for a door company here in town. And there was a man who was putting together a discipleship group. And he had a phenomenal plan, and he had people in mind that he wanted to invite. Well, one of those people he was inviting happened to be my boss. And the day that he nailed him down to invite him to the group, I happened to be the third wheel. So I listened to this man lay out his vision for what the group would do and who the people are that he was inviting. And I got excited. And I said, I want to be a part of your group. Well, he respectfully said, Dusty, I appreciate your enthusiasm and your interest, but I really feel like I've already got a plan and the people in place. I was a little disappointed, but I understood. Funny thing is, a few days later, I got a call from this gentleman, and he said, Dusty, I cannot stop thinking about our time together at lunch. And I've been praying about what that means, and I really feel like you're supposed to be a part of our group. Well, I ended up joining that discipleship group, and we stayed together for 3 years. And it was some of the most challenging and sharpening and formative years of my walk with Christ. And so you just never know what God is doing in the lives of those around you. And I am so thankful that that man was prayerful and that he listened to the way that God was moving and was challenging him to open his hands to what was going on. So always be prayerful, because you never know how God might be moving in your life or in the life of the person next to you.